Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and the Washington football team just lost 24-10 to the Green Bay Packers. Very, very disappointing game from the Washington football team, especially the offense. They left way too many points on the table. We're going to talk about that and talk about the biggest takeaways from today's game, some positives and a lot of negatives. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Hit that like button and turn on those notifications, and also check out WinView. Let's get right into the video. Man, what a disappointing game. I mean, the Washington football team, especially on offense, they missed so many opportunities that Washington probably should have scored over 30 points. And they didn't. They scored 10 points of offense, which is just embarrassing. Let's talk about the offense first before we get to the defense, which definitely probably had their best game of the season. But we're going to talk about the offense first. They scored 10 points. They outgained the Packers in yards. Probably at one point it was like 75, but it was probably close to 100 at the end of the game. But they still only scored 10 points, which is just not good. And people love to hate on Scott Turner all the time, and yes, sometimes it definitely is warranted. He is not perfect, but I've been saying this for a while. Scott Turner cannot hand the ball on a silver platter to the offense to score the football. I mean, Taylor Heinicke had that play where even though I do not agree with the rule at all, let me say that first. I do not agree with the rule at all. He still, technically was down. I don't know why he did what he did. Should have been a touchdown, and we would have been down by 7. That is 7 points left off the table because Heinicke just went down. I mean, I don't know why he did that. Because at the end of the game, he took a huge shot, but in that touchdown, where he's trying to dive for the end zone, he goes down a little bit early because he doesn't want to get hit. That's something I don't understand. That was really costly. That cost the Washington football team 7 points on offense, and then you have the missed field goal. That's 3 points. I don't know what to say on that one. That was just very low elevation, and yeah, not a great kick. So that's 10 points. And then Scott Turner draws up a good play. Terry's open in the back of the end zone. Not a perfect ball, but definitely should have been caught. And that was one of the Terry's bad plays from today. But besides that, Terry had a good game. But that's a drop right there. I mean, that is 17 points left off because of that. And then also, and this is more unlucky, but Gibson, they drop a great play. Offensive line blocks it perfectly. And then, Gibson trips over Flowers' legs. And if he doesn't do that, that's a touchdown. I mean, so that's 24 points on the table. And there's many more plays where, we didn't execute it properly. We should have scored over 30 points today on offense, and we scored 10. Really unfortunate. Heinicke, 24 for 37, 268 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Got sacked 4 times. He also had that fumble as well. I mean, the thing with Heinicke is sometimes he makes some amazing plays. I mean, avoiding that sack from Jalen Smith and throwing a good pass to Terry McLaurin for the touchdown. Like, that's a great play. But then there's some other plays where he just can't make the routine plays. And sometimes one thing that I get really frustrated with is he just sometimes just throws a ball really, sails it he throws a lot of high passes, but also he throws some hospital passes as well because he either throws it late or not fast enough. So that's something he needs to work on, but he did add 95 yards on the ground, which is good. Should have had a touchdown. Gibson, man, we have to talk about Gibson because his fumbles are definitely becoming an issue. 14 for 51, the fumble, we ended up recovering it, luckily, because the defender couldn't hold on to it. But I mean, he's had 3 fumbles or more this year, and I mean that just can't happen. I mean, he has been underwhelming, especially when it comes to the fumbles. And after he fumbled, they really just started to give it to McKissick. They really started to give it McKissick, and McKissick was really good today. 4 carries, 22 yards. And DeAndre Carter had a nice, carry, but then he fumbles it. And Heinicke made a great play right there, recovering it. That was unfortunate. Terry was great today, 7 catches, 122 yards, and a touchdown. Only thing, again, is that drop in the end zone, because that's leaving points out there on the field. Should have made that catch. It would have been a little bit of a tough catch, but Terry makes those plays all the time. He had a great game, though. Ricky Seals-Jones was solid. 6 catches, 51 yards. Adam Humphries was decent. All the pass catchers were pretty good today. De'Ami Brown got hurt, which is, unfortunate. McKissick, 4 catches, 34 yards. Would like for him to get a little bit more involved. But, you see that. 195 rushing yards, 268 passing yards. They had a good day offensively in terms of yardage, but they couldn't, convert that into points. And especially, of course, it's against the defense that had the worst red zone defense, through 15 attempts in NFL history. Of course that happens. Offensive line wasn't great today, but they had a couple unlucky plays. J.D. McKissick trips Eric Flowers. That's on McKissick, not Flowers. But they weren't, they were not great today. But really disappointing day by the offense because they were moving the ball down the field, but they just kept making mistakes or just bad decisions in the red zone or close to it. Also, the pick by Heineke, he's got to put more on that ball. That's on the offense. This game today was on the offense because if you're allowing 24 points to the Packers, that's a win for me. That is definitely a win for me, and you should be able to score more than 10 points. So really, really disappointing day by the offense, and it's on a bunch of different players. Gibson had a fumble, which could have been really costly. Heineke with the where he just falls right before the end zone. I said it was a stupid rule before, and I still agree with that because I guarantee you he wasn't thinking, you know what, let me just fall down right before the end zone so we can get another play. No, he just didn't want to get hit. It's a stupid rule, but he should have known that, and that should have been a touchdown. And then the McLaurin drop, and just really, really frustrating day. Let's get to the defense because, the Packers did score 24 points, but, I would even put that a little bit lower because, the Washington turned the ball over first play or, first possession in the second half inside their 30, which gave the Packers great field position. But the defense was solid today. They weren't amazing, but they were solid. Landon Collins, we're going to have to watch some film on it, but from what I saw, he looked really good in the run game today. He had a tackle for loss, a couple other great tackles, had a miss or two in coverage, but he looked good today. I'm excited to watch the film and see how good he really played. Cameron Curl looked good. Linebacker Cole Holcomb was okay, but Jamin Davis was not good today. He was not good today. He allowed that touchdown to Robert Tonyan. He allowed a couple other receptions. Not good at all today. He was okay in the run game, but in coverage, not good at all. Danny Johnson, really tough spot to put him in because no defensive snaps before this game. Had a couple nice tackles. He really, really did, but also allowed a touchdown and some other receptions to Allen Lazard. Bob McCain was okay. Benjamin St-Juste was good for the most part, except for that pass interference because, like the announcer said, he didn't have to do that. He could have had a chance to pick the ball off, but, he was solid. I thought our secondary, for the most part, was pretty good. Going up against Devontae Adams, and how many yards did he have? He had 76 yards, and 26 of those yards came off of just a great, great catch where Kendall Fuller had great coverage. It just, that's just, it's hard to stop Devontae Adams, but Kendall Fuller's all right, like I said. Jonathan Allen, he's a monster. He's a monster, has 5 sacks in the year. So happy we paid this man. He was a beast today. Montez Sweat was good as well. He had 3 QB hits, had a sack, also had another hit where he forced a fourth down, and then he had that forced fumble. So great game by him. And then Daron Payne had an okay game as well. He got held like 1 or 2 times. Didn't get called. Chase Young, again, have to watch the film. Didn't see anything overly impressive by him. They were double teaming him a lot though, so I want to see what that double team rate was. He had that pass deflection, which is good. And yeah, he had an okay game, but I really think he was getting doubled a ton. The defense had a better game than usual. Their best game of the season, in my opinion. Chris Blewett 1 for 2 on the field goals, had that 45-yarder, and made that extra point. Missed the other field goal, that was low elevation on that one. And Mason Crosby also had a missed field goal. Tim Settle had a great block kick right there. Defense, let's hope they can continue this because a very slow start to the season. But this, in my opinion, was their best game. They got 3 sacks. They allowed, they allowed 274 yards passing, which, not great, but they only allowed 3.8 yards per carry on 15 attempts. Not a bad day by the defense. Not a bad day by the defense. Let's hope they can build on this. But the offense, man, way too many missed opportunities. And, this is what bad teams do. They can't capitalize on opportunities, and if you can't do that, you're not going to win many football games. They're 2-5 right now, and they still got tough games. The Broncos shouldn't be a very hard game, but for them it probably will be. But after that, you got the Bucks, the Seahawks, the Raiders. They don't have an easy schedule, and these players got to step up. Looks like Fitz won't be coming back in the next couple of weeks, so we'll see. So let me know what you guys think. Also, real quick, win view. We did the picks last night, and we came tied in for first place. We didn't win much. We won 35 cents, but it's a free contest. Nice win right there. Let me know if you guys participated, because it was a free game and you can earn some credits. So great to get a win there. Make sure you guys check out WinView. I'll have it up on the screen and also in the description. So make sure you guys check them out. A bunch of free contests, and you can also join some contests and compete against your friends for some real money. Another thing is, this is the first game of Tressway's career where he didn't punt. So and we only scored 10 points. Very, very, very frustrating. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think about the game and what changes we did make. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Peace, guys.